my professional philosophy, I think about my two hands. My 10 fingers are not identical. They have different sizes, strengths, but I need all of my 10 fingers because everyone has value. I see children in same way. I am Laini Chasinger. Welcome to my philosophy as a teacher. Every child is different in ability, personality, culture, language, and family experiences and way of learning. But different does not mean less capable. The human brain is one of the most amazing things I have ever seen because children have such strong potential to learn anything and change. I do not want to decide a child's ceiling before they have or had opportunity to explore. My responsibility is not to make children the same. It is also to understand each child holds high expectation and create conditions where they participate, investigate, and grow. This belief shapes how I understand curriculum and pedagogy. Curriculum is not only activities written or planned. It includes planned and unplanned experiences, play, routines, conversations, relationships, and unexpected events. During our lecture time, our lecturer told us about a dead bee experiment. So this example made this clear to me. A child finding a dead bee outside was not planned, but the discovery could become a meaningful curriculum. I could listen to child's questions, observe what they have known, document their ideas, provide books or meaningful tools, and revisit the investigation. The day becomes part of the curriculum. My decision about when and how to respond are my pedagogy. So this connects with constructivism. I believe children actively construct knowledge through experiences, interactions, and relationships rather than simply receiving adults' answers. However, I have also learned that respecting children's agency does not always mean stepping back. Something children need intentional support. This is why I value play-based pedagogy and position myself mainly between the guided learning and child-led learning. With the example of mud play, so in that example, I use rather than immediate telling children how to change the mixture, I could ask, what could we change? Because children then can text their ideas and construct understanding by themselves. But I do not reject direct teaching completely. I would still use it when children need it, like guidance for safety, tools to use, or particularly skill. This reflects an important change in my thinking. I do not believe that good teaching means always stepping back or always stepping in. The question I want to ask myself is, what does this child need from me at this moment? That requires professional judgment. I also lean toward emergent curriculum. Like the example I mentioned in part B, if children become interested in vegetables from the garden, I can adapt from planned mathematics experience around that interest while still supporting one-to-one correspondence. Because for me, emergent curriculum means changing the path, not losing the learning purpose. I also value multicultural and multilingual curriculum because children's home language and family knowledge are strengthened for identity, belonging, and learning. I do not want a child to feel that an important part of who they are must remain outside the learning environment. In the same way, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders' perspective should be respectfully embedded rather than added as a token activity. As I remembered, Part D helped me to turn these beliefs into practices through two strategies, facilitating and scaffolding. Through facilitating, I prepare environments that allow children to rein in control. But remember, low interaction is not passive supervision. I'm still observing, interpreting, and adjusting. Scaffolding adds another layer that connects with Vygotsky's zone apportionment development. Too little support may cause frustration. Too much support may reduce agency and turn learning into adult direction. So, my aim is therefore to step in, support, and gradually step back. So, EYLF. These are EYLF principles, practices, and outcomes. The EYLF supports defines my philosophy as a whole framework rather than as separate outcomes, principles, and practices that I apply one at a time. For example, when children discover the dead bee, I am being responsive to their curiosity using play-based learning and intentionally supporting them to become confident and involved learners as they investigate and develop ideas. When I value a child's home language and family knowledge, as I mentioned in part B, I am supporting their identity, communication, and connection with others, while also putting respect for diversity, cultural responsiveness, and partnerships into practice. And when I facilitate or scaffold differently for individual children, I am applying equity, inclusion, and high expectations. So I am recognizing that children may need different support while still seeing every child as capable. In my philosophy, the 5 learning outcomes, principles, and practices work together. They help me move from what I believe about children to how actually respond, teach, access, and build relationships. The Australian professional standards for teachers turn these beliefs into professional responsibility. At graduate level, the standards are organized across 3 interconnected domains: professional knowledge, professional practice, and professional engagement. This course material also emphasizes that teachers draw on all 3 domains together in practice. Professional knowledge includes standard 1 and 2, knowing students and how they learn, and knowing the content and how to teach it. I cannot teach responsibly without understanding children's development, culture, language, abilities, different abilities, and individual learning needs. But following children's interest is also not enough. I need curriculum knowledge to recognize and extend literacy, numeracy, inquiries, and social learning within their experience. Professional practices include standards 3, 4, and 5. Planning and implementing effective teaching and learning, creating supportive and safe learning environments, and assessing, providing feedback, and reporting. This connects strongly with my belief in observation and responsiveness. Assessment should change what I do next. If my strategy is not supported a child, I need to adapt my teaching rather than expecting the child to fit my original plan. Children's agency is important, but it also cannot override safety, well-being, or rights of other children. Finally, professional engagement includes standards 6 and 7. Engaging in professional learning and engaging professionals with colleagues, families, and communities. These remind me that my philosophy cannot become fixed. I need constructive feedback, research, family knowledge, community perspectives, and ongoing professional learning. I also have ethical legislations and organization responsibilities around respect, confidentiality, and inclusion, professional conduct. For me, inclusion does not mean giving every child exactly the same thing. If children are different, responsive teaching something needs to be different too. One child may need visual support, other may draw on a home language. Another maybe need more scaffolding, while another need more step back. So I believe high expectations and differentiated support must exist together. I also need to question my own assumptions. If I decided to too quickly that a child cannot do something, my expectations can become barrier. Ethical teaching therefore means protecting children's dignity, safety, culture, identity, participation, and right to learn while recognizing the limits of my own knowledge and continuing to learn from families, colleagues, and when I bring part A to D together, my philosophy follows one clear path. How I see the child shapes curriculum. Curriculum shapes pedagogy. Pedagogy shapes my learning strategies. And EYLF and APST make those decisions professionally accountable. So I want every child in my learning environment to feel I am capable. My ideas matter. My culture and language matter. I can explore, make decisions, and try again. And when I need help, my educator will support me without taking my learning away from me. I do not want to create 10 identical fingers. I want to recognize the possibilities in every individual child. My role is to know when to facilitate, when to scaffold, guide directly or step back, and to keep questioning whether my choices are genuinely help each children's learning. Thank you.